Hi there, my name's Colin and welcome to Let's Paint Watercolours with me. So let's get started on this. I've already pre-stretched my paper, so we're just going to put some nickel yellow in. Then into that I have some raw sienna with a touch of quinacridone gold. And this is a mixture of Prussian blue, just straightforward Prussian blue. Through the trees. Whilst we have it wet, I'm going to take a piece of kitchen towel and we're just going to pull it through just to create some interesting shapes. Just let the ragged edges go through the paint. A mixture of Prussian blue and Indian red. Now this will dry a lot lighter. Once the sky is dry, I'm just wetting the areas in the mountain where I think shadow would fall. We're just going to drop some more Prussian blue. Strengthen it up in some areas just to make some parts stronger than others. Work the painting. This is a mixture of Prussian blue and orange, called cadmium orange, and I'm just going to brush it in onto the low side of the slopes. Soften it in once again, and you can leave that to dry. With a weaker mixture of the sky colour dark, which is this one, which is Prussian blue and Indian red. I've just added a little water to it. We can start just to put some detail onto the mountains. On these at the moment. Some across, you get a hit and miss effect. I'm just going to turn the camera off and I'll join you in a minute when the background mountains are done. Once you've got your mountains looking like this, I'm just going to add a little bit more of the sky, dark sky colour. Just strengthen it up a little bit to come to the foreground mountain. Take the excess paint off. I'm going to do the same to this one, just in the areas where you'd like rocks to be. I'll just do a few again. I'll turn the camera off and we'll be back shortly when this bit's finished. When you've got your mountain looking like that, we move on to the line of trees at the back here. And I've just re-wet the whole of the area that's in pencil, and we're just going to stroke in some cadmium orange and Prussian blue, and when it hits the water you can see what happens. Maybe just pull out one or two that put some branches on. I've also masked out some areas on the trees and trunks just to reserve some paper to keep it clean, the same colour. Just to add some different tones down towards the shoreline. I just want to drop some burnt umber and cadmium orange just to create some dirt. Which is probably going to get covered up. Come to like the middle distance trees at the back here, but I really don't want them to show up too much. So I'm just adding some burnt umber to the green that we put on here, and we'll just put the background trees in. I've put the board at an angle. We're just going to let this drift down, maybe strengthen up in areas, bringing it down, and we'll let that dry for a moment. Okay, I've just re-wet this area here and up through the trees, and with the same mixture of that, which is Prussian blue and cadmium orange, and I've just dulled it with some burnt umber, but it's a stronger mix, so it should just show up. And we're just putting colour in at the moment. Bring it into the land across here. Going to drop quinacridone gold, which is burnt sienna. To these fir trees, or evergreens. Got the camera while you have more time at home. Hopefully you've got your trees looking something like that, and I am just dropping in some cadmium yellow just to add a little bit of variation. To this side, re-wet this area, quinacridone gold, some of the green colour, Prussian blue, touch of Indian red. Left some paint out in areas. Leave all that to dry. Okay, I've laid the board flat again, and we're going to come to the water area, and we're going to set off with the colours in the sky, which is nickel yellow, which is in the corner here, quinacridone gold, bring it very carefully around the trees, which is Prussian blue. Just test it first, as they will have strengthened up. Whoa. These are all horizontal strokes. I think I should have used a bigger brush. With some Indian red and Prussian blue, which is the dark mixture for the clouds. I just want to add some at the bottom here. Now the board is just at an angle, we'll just put these reflections in. Just going to drop in a little stronger colour, so it's some cadmium yellow. Move along to the back trees. I'm going to drop this in. And then we can leave all that to dry. I'm just going to start this first tree here, and I'm just going to wet the middle. Stop it at the other tree. Some parts of the trunk have been masked out, but I'm just going to spread some water where I want the colour to run. Drop a light green first. Pull it gently out. Over the masking fluid, where I'm going to put some light back in on this side. It'll find its own way. Now that it's dried off a touch, but it's still fairly wet and very wet and juicy, I've just added some burnt umber to the dark green mix, which was of Prussian blue, a touch of cadmium yellow, and then I've added the burnt umber to it just to darken it. Cobalt blue and cadmium yellow is the cobalt blue, cadmium orange, cobalt blue, cadmium yellow, and a touch of cadmium red just to dull it. And I just want to add some in places texture. This is the mid-range of green. This is the same mix, cobalt blue and cadmium yellow, but it has a touch of Prussian blue in it. Well, whilst that's still drying, I think we can put the tree trunks in here, which I've just rubbed off the masking fluid, and I actually want these to be lighter. So yeah, just here and there. This is a mixture of burnt umber and cadmium orange. Just darken it a little bit to bleed in. Just attach it to the land. And this is just straightforward burnt umber. I'll just do a few then you can see. I'll see you in a moment. When you've got your tree painted like that, just put a line of water, touch of burnt umber here and there. Okay, I've taken the masking fluid off everything, and I'm just going to pop in some nickel yellow, add a little bit of light. This is quinacridone gold, same on this one. It can look a great deal black, but I'm going to have to change it up a little bit. Now this looks almost black, but it isn't. It's an extremely dark green. Okay, we're just going in to finish this tree off now. This is a mixture of cobalt blue and cadmium yellow. Just a tiny touch of red, just to take the glare off. Just drag the brush, and I think I'm going to call that one finished. Maybe a few grasses here and there. We will just add some wind streaks across the water. Okay, the painting's completely finished now. I've put the wind streaks in with a craft knife and put a few twigs in on this fir tree. And all you've got to do is sign it, mount it and frame it. I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. Thank you very much.